Hi everyone, Dr. Lewis here. So this is just a quick site tour video to let you know how to use the site and a couple of different features that I have on the site. So first I have this announcement section, which right now has just a welcome announcement, but it is front and center because I will sometimes have important information there. So you should be paying attention to the announcement section. We also have a class GroupMe, so you can join that. It is optional. I don't force you to go on GroupMe, but we do have one. And then also I might give information through email. So I typically do all three, and as long as you're watching one of them, then you'll be fine. And this is mostly because if I don't see you face to face, then it's more difficult to give announcements or updates. So we have to use this announcement section for that. All right, so if we scroll down, I'm going to ignore the content browser for right now and go to important links. So important links has all of the links that you will need throughout the semester for the course. So we have online syllabus and policies. So this is basically just the course syllabus. We have all the unit schedules for the entire semester. We have the course citation information. So I do give you all of the citation information for every text that we read this semester, and that is located right there. I do give you all the major assignment sheets, so you could technically go through here and read all of them and work with them at this moment. Obviously, you're probably most worried about the unit number 1, which is the personal narrative, but they are all available for you throughout the semester. Then we do use Purdue OWL, so I have a link to that on the front page as well. And then a couple of other just miscellaneous links, including the library, tech services, writing center, and the student handbook. Okay, so those links will be available to you throughout the entire semester, always on the front page. Finally, we go to the calendar on the front page, and the calendar has all of your due dates loaded in there with what you need to have done on those due dates. So right now we have January 11th, you have the site and syllabus quiz, basically the Start Here module, you need to review the syllabus and Unit 1 schedule, there's a general discussion board due. So most of that will be, all of the due dates will be posted under the calendar. And if you go down here to the show more, it'll actually pull up an actual traditional calendar and show you all the due dates throughout the entire semester. So for due dates and what is required of you for each due date, you can always go to the calendar and figure it out there. So it's a very good resource. All right, so moving back up to the content browser, I do keep future units closed off. So you probably only see the personal narrative and pathos unit right now. But you can find the Start Here module. Then if we click on Unit 1, this will pop up. And it has, again, the schedule and the citation information. And then it also has all of the due dates for every module in this unit. So January 8th to the 14th, January 15th to the 21st, etc. And if you click on that, you will see, again, you'll see parts of the unit pop up. So it's Module 1, Part 1, Module 1, Part 2. So we do have a split due date in our online class. And what that means is everything will be due by either Saturday or Tuesday by 11:59. So your first due date is January 11th, which is Saturday by 11:59, and then the next due date is the next Tuesday by 11:59. So, and the reason for this is the split due date helps organize what needs to be done, but keep in mind that you do not have to do the work on the day of the due date. And what I mean by that is I've had some students who say, I'm going to get everything done on Sunday and not worry about it all week. And that's perfectly fine. So like on Sunday, they just sit through with the entire module, do the work for the upcoming Tuesday and Saturday, and then they don't have to worry about this class until the next Sunday. So basically what the split due date gives you is about half a week, and you can kind of pick your day or when you have free time in order to do that work within that week. So yeah, so that's how the due dates work in the different modules. And then if we scroll up past the announcements again, you'll see this with the course home, the content, discussions, assignments, quizzes, etc. If you click on content, you will see the same content that I was just looking at, except in my opinion, better laid out. So I like the little content that you find up in the navigation bar, just because it pops it up a little bit bigger and you can see a little bit more detail, but either way is fine. So again, if you click on one, you'll see all the different modules with the due dates, the time spans, and then you'll see everything that's due, the different parts of the modules. And then you can kind of click on this and say, okay, we're on module 1, part 2, and you can go through that. So one other quick thing that I want to point out before we move on is we also have checklists, and the checklists before the modules are actually a really cool resource. So what you can do here is it is an actual functional checklist, which I've checked everything off just because I'm checking it as the teacher. But what you can do here is you actually can check it off when you go to the checklist, and you can say, okay, by Tuesday at 11:59, I have all of this due. So let me click on, I've done 2 out of the 3, and then I'll wait and do the rest of it later. And it gives you just another way to organize the content. So I give you a lot of different ways to kind of view the due dates, either through the class schedule, through the calendar, through the actual content, and through the checklist. So hopefully, I know sometimes in online classes, it can be kind of confusing what's expected of you. So I try to make that very clear and also easy to find, so it's easy to navigate. Okay, so if we go back up to the navigation bar, we have this section called Discussions. And Discussions has a couple of different forums. The first one is the Virtual Lounge, where you can ask any course-related questions that you might have in this area. So you can ask about questions that you have about the website, the course content, specific assignments, etc. So that's just another way for you to contact me in addition to email or group me. If we scroll down, you'll also see discussion board. So that is where all of our discussions will be. So the first one is introductions. We have another one. We have a couple of other coming up. And then we also have some peer review that we'll do through this discussion board. And then if we scroll down more, you'll see the group work board. And this is basically just another discussion area, except it's where you'll work in small groups instead of with basically the entire class. So of course there are links to this in the content and in the modules, but some people just prefer to go to the discussion section here and then to scroll to the introductions are due now. So you can always find it here. All right, so a couple of other just small announcements. If you go to assignments, you'll see all of the assignments due for the entire semester. So everything that you have to turn in to me is loaded here. And some people really like to have kind of all of the assignments planned out and organized. And this is kind of a place where you can go and do that and kind of see visually what's coming up and what you still have to do. So all of the assignments are here in the assignment section. And then finally, you'll also see this grade section. So the grade section, if you click on that, it's going to be empty right now just because the semester hasn't started. But if you click on that, you'll be able to see a summary of all of your graded work for the entire semester, including stuff that hasn't even been graded yet. So it's another kind of list of everything that'll be graded. And then I do keep it updated, so you'll also be able to see your current average. So you'll start to see grades loaded in and it averages your grade for you. So that's a great resource, and you want to click on that occasionally throughout the semester just to keep an eye on your progress, and if you need to make a certain grade, you'll be able to see what your current average is there. Okay, so I think that's everything. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I've just talked about, and I look forward to a great semester together.